if Mike McDaniels has that good of a chance to keep his job for as long as he has right now, what are the chances of me to become a professional football player? I mean, obviously the NFL doesn't really care.
If I had the job security McDaniels had, I'd love to pursue an NFL career. That'd be great.
Yeah. Welcome back to the James and Dame Show. I'm Josiah.
And I'm Will.
And today we're going over Week 8 preview because, Week 8, I don't know. There's some interesting matchups coming up this week, and we need to dive into them right away because some big questions specifically for a couple of these games and their implications for the future. Obviously, we'll start off with Thursday night. We have the Vikings visiting the Chargers. SoFi Stadium might be a little purple. Yeah, that's about it.
It's a short week in LA.
It's at home.
But at the same time, like, the Chargers are banged up, like severely banged up. But Minnesota, they're still rolling with Carson Wentz for this game.
Yeah.
And he didn't play great last week. So
in my eyes, it's what kind of Carson Wentz are we getting? Are we getting the Carson Wentz that's pretty efficient with the Vikings offense, or are we going to get this last week's Carson Wentz? I think that depending on how the Chargers come out swinging, especially with all their injuries, kind of puts up a pretty easy match for the Vikings. The Vikings defense is still pretty good. I mean, Isaiah Rodgers, all those great players on defense.
He got beat up pretty, not literally, but metaphorically, he got beat up pretty bad last week. Like,
yeah, AJ Brown was in the end zone just socking him in the face.
AJ Brown
Helmet's
put it on
off.
him. He got burned quite a few times last week. So
he did, and that's the concern is that, yes, that Vikings defense is good, but are you going to be able to stop like Quentin Johnston? Are you going to be able to stop McConkey?
I think
it's
a
lot of questions.
With the way that the Chargers are playing right now, with the injuries to the O-line, with the injuries at running back, this is going to be a pass-heavy offense against a blitz-heavy team, and it's just can the pressure get to Herbert, because that's what he's been struggling with, is he hasn't had time to throw. When he has time, they've been pretty good. Even last week, they struggled a bit giving him time, but when he had time, they were making plays, putting up yards, and so it's just going to be a question of how efficient they can be at getting to Herbert, and it's going to be the Vikings pass rush. I think looking at the flip side, defense has been kind of meh for the Chargers, but we should see more Khalil Mack this week.
And that's where I'm looking forward to, is that Chargers defense is getting Khalil Mack back. He might make an immediate impact. I don't know. And the thing is I'm going to pick the Chargers here. Not solely off of the injuries and everything. I know the injuries will be a detriment to that. But I truly believe the Vikings will be middle of the pack team this year. I don't know where in the middle of the pack. I don't know how many wins they'll get. J.J. McCarthy needs to develop. You still have a lot of question marks on that, on consistency on defense. That's kind of what kind of pushes me a little bit towards the Chargers. And also Quentin Johnston, Vlad McConkey, those two they've been doing well this year. Obviously, they've had some major drop passes in the last couple weeks, but I mean, the AFC West has been pretty competitive this year, and I believe the Vikings, they might be the bottom of the NFC North. If things play out the way they are,
currently they are.
they currently are, and I think they will be. I think the Chargers barely sneak a win out of this team. I think it's a very close game. It might be decided within like 3 minutes of the fourth quarter. I think that's how close this game will be. It just kind of depends on which defense shows up that day. So
I think it's going to come down to just how if the Chargers offense can do anything.
and that's good point.
Yeah, but it also does come down to how the Chargers can stop the Vikings. The Vikings have a very talented offense, but they have Carson Wentz running the show. And I don't have a lot of faith in Wentz. So I'm also going to roll with the Chargers. I think Khalil Mack coming back is going to be huge. Again, it's also in Los Angeles on a short week.
It's not looking pretty.
There's some advantageous points for the Chargers here.
Indeed. All right. Next game, we have the Dolphins visiting the Falcons. If you lose to the Dolphins, I will actually fly to Atlanta.
It's the Tua-led McDaniels coached Dolphins on the road in Atlanta.
Falcons, please don't do it.
The Dolphins, they have not been good in like any facet, really. Their defense hasn't been great. Their offense has been
But if you can't beat freaking Mike McDaniels, Tua Tagovailoa Dolphins, you don't deserve to be in the playoffs. No offense.
And this is the thing, is the Falcons, like, at times they look like hot garbage, and then on other times they're steamrolling the Bills.
Which is still surprising. I don't understand.
And a lot of this comes down to the Falcons' offense really runs through Bijan.
It truly does.
Without Bijan being able to easily kind of like move the ball on the ground, this team struggles. It shows in the passing game, and it shows in, I mean, obviously in the run game, but like the difference between last week and the week before. Last week, they couldn't run the ball with Bijan.
No.
They had to use him in the pass game, and that's the only thing that really worked. Looking the week prior, you can run with Bijan. Bijan ran very well.
Yes.
And that opened up the pass game. Drake London had a great game. So it's going to be, can Bijan get going? That's going to come a lot down to play calling. Personally, I think that's going to be the difference. But because it comes down to play calling, and it's literally anyone versus Mike McDaniels right now, I'm going to go with the Falcons because Bijan is a beast. And
Bijan is Bijan.
I think the Falcons will have some odd bounce back after last week. So
Yeah. Okay. Jets versus the Bengals. Bengals hosting.
I don't trust the Bengals, but
Yeah.
I don't
trust the Jets either.
I don't have any confidence in the Jets because I think the Jets, I mean, I kind of mentioned it. I think the offense is dysfunctional, and I think it goes beyond Justin Fields because it wasn't functional without Fields in, and you are you have enough talent on that team. You are potentially getting Garrett Wilson back.
You should be able to win some games.
Garrett Wilson is questionable for this game, and that's going to be a lot. That's going to swing things a lot because if you can't pass the ball against this Bengals defense that isn't that great, it's definitely not the Jets' best opportunity to pull out a win.
No, but
Out of the
it
past
can
few
be
weeks.
one of their best opportunities.
There's still a chance because the Bengals still have holes. They're coming off of a high of beating the Steelers, but it's their first win in 4 weeks.
Yeah.
So, like, obviously there's concerns with this team. If you can get after Flacco, not let him be comfortable. I think, if I remember correctly, Sauce Gardner is questionable for this game. If he comes back,
If he comes back, there's a better chance.
it could help out a lot, but it is really going to come down to just health.
Pretty
Health and, well, more than anything, it's just can you move the ball and put up points? Because it's, again, they have held teams to 13 points the past 2 weeks. and
Yeah.
have not been able to get a win out of either of those. Your defense has been doing pretty well. You're going against the Bengals. It's going to be tough. I'm going to go with the Bengals because Flacco might have unlocked something with that Bengals offense, but I'm not too confident in it yet, but confident enough when you're going against the Jets.
Bengals.
Cincy, if you lose to the Jets, though.
Yeah, you're done. Zach Taylor, get out.
Yeah.
Next game. Oh my gosh, Patriots have such a cakewalk of a schedule.
Yeah.
They're gonna be the what do you call it, the Mickey Mouse schedule of the NFL this year. They have such an easy schedule going into the playoffs. It's so ridiculous. Anyway,
That's what happens when you finish last in your division last year.
almost last overall.
They're playing
The
who finished
Browns.
second worst overall last year. Browns, they have some optimism. The offense is starting to come a little bit more into it's not
It's not
great, but you've developed more of a run game.
There's promise there.
Gabriel's showing more promise than Flacco was. But really, the key to the Browns right now is their defense.
Yes, their defense is the one thing that's keeping them afloat.
Meanwhile, we're looking at the Patriots, who have been kind of hot lately, but
I don't think they get off their high horse right now because this is a team that's on fire right now. They're efficient with the ball. Vrabel's been pretty consistent on both sides of the ball when it comes to coaching. There hasn't been any major hiccups, I'd say, but there's been some been some glaring holes. Like the offense doesn't do a lot, but they do enough to win.
it's Drake May kind of directing everything because they don't have.
He's literally the only one that's contributing to that.
I mean,
Like in the sense of he's leading the offense. It's not the team around him. It's him making the magic happen.
yeah, it's a lot of like you have Kayshon Boutte, who's been pretty good, but other than him, Diggs had one game, and your running back room is still trying to get
It's
going.
pretty bad.
But like again, Drake May has been playing great. Coaching has been good. They've been doing enough to win. I'm kind of concerned. This seems like one of those games that could be a trap game because of the fact that like how good this Browns defense is. There's some games where it's like, oh, their offense isn't going to be able to do anything, but their defense can take advantage of a potential counter, and this is kind of concerning for me for the Patriots. I'm going to stick with the Patriots, but Browns could be set up for an upset here, just because again that defense has been that defense is back to form from what we saw like 2 years ago.
Yeah.
So, Patriots probably.
Yeah. I am going to go with the upset here. Just because, why not? Like, it's not just out of, girl, I hate the Patriots, it kind of is, but also, they're going to have a dud at some point. It always happens with a very young team. You're going to have those young teams that are really flashy. There's going to be those hiccups in the road. This might be one of them. I don't think it's going to be a terrible loss. I think it's just, oh, shoot, we just lost a close game to the Browns for some reason. It happens. Like, it's a young team. They're going to have mistakes. They're not going to be perfect. So I think the Browns might be their next loss. Also, just like you said, Browns defense is pretty good. So it's something to watch. So
Yeah, again, it's gonna be just can the Patriots be well enough coached to prevail?
and I think they can be. It just kind of depends on what they put on the field.
Yeah,
So-
that's gonna be the question. But moving along, we got the Giants visiting the Eagles, and
They're not letting you do that twice.
no, not at home,
Not at home.
not at home. So, yeah, I'm gonna go Eagles. I'm excited to see what the Giants do, but
They're not going to have a good time. I will say that.
they've not. They're what with Dart at the helm. they're 2-2, and the ones they win, they play very complete football. The ones they lose, it's again just a couple of drives of just incomplete, like, dud.
Yeah.
It's not even like the whole game is just a mess. It's just a couple of drives where things go south, and it cost them the entire game, which is unfortunate for the Giants. And I think with that in mind, I think this game could be close because, again, no one's dominated the Giants since Dart's been there, and I think the Eagles could potentially do it, but I
don't think it'll be that dominated of a game. It's just the Eagles weren't prepared for Dart and Scadaboo to do well. And I think they've marked this game on the calendar saying, okay, we need to stop them. And they're probably going to adjust to them. So
I'm curious to see what happens here, but I'm going to ride with the Eagles here.
Same here.
Yeah, that's just we're going to see what Giants we see this week. That's
for
what
sure.
Giants, what Eagles. See if the Eagles keep up.
Which
what they
Eagles
did
are
last.
we going to see is the bigger question.
Yeah, if their offense can show up. Moving along though.
Oh boy.
Bills.
So we have the Bills visiting the Panthers. Bills, you lose this game, you're going to have to start looking inwards. This is going to be one of those make or break games. If you don't beat the Panthers, there might be some big questions coming in. Like, is it time to move on from certain things? Is it time to go look into the trades? Because you said the trade deadline's coming up here soon. It's going to be that time. You're going to need a good receiver. You're going to need to fix that run defense. If you don't adjust, if you can't stop Rico Dowdle, which has been one of the top running backs so far this year. I think he's top 3 in rushing yards so far.
He got to top 3 after like 2 games.
And you can't stop him. It's going to look very dire.
Well, and the other thing is they're going to have Chuba Hubbard back too.
No, that's even
Well, they had him back last week.
They had him back last week, but they didn't hardly need to use him.
No.
So
Versus the Jets.
I'm only picking the Bills here because I think they have a chance.
I mean, they should.
They should have a chance.
But they should be the team to win. This is
they should be
a favored Bills game.
Yeah. If the Panthers come out winning this game, my impression of the Panthers will definitely change. Like, okay, you just beat the Bills. Okay, what the heck? And then the Bills is going to be like, all right, damn it, tank. Because this is what happens. This is what we were talking about in our recap episode just a little bit ago with the Eagles, where it's like one loss. Same thing here. Like, you lose another game, you're tanking. You're not staying up here.
Both the Eagles and the Bills are on the verge of like
collapsing.
I feel like these games are the ones that are kind of deciding trajectory. For the Eagles' sake, they got more of it last week, but you need to keep the upward momentum, because if it's just that one game and you're back to normal, it's low expectations going forward. Bills, you came off of a bye. You had extra time to prep for this. You have to show discipline and turn things around. If you haven't turned things around by now, the question's going to be when. When are you going to? Because it's getting later in the season, and again, all you have to do is have it. Really, you have to turn it around by the end of the season. But I think they need to start getting there. Again, Panthers run the ball pretty well. They're not going to have. I believe Bryce Young is going to be out this game, so it's really going to rely on that run game. But
pretty much,
it's what the Bills have struggled against. This is a prove it game. And
the turn things around here.
Panthers have been better at home, but like, what are we expecting without Bryce Young in? I'm gonna ride with the Bills because, like I've mentioned, Bills are currently my favorite for the AFC for the Super Bowl because I think they'll turn things around. So I'm
hopeful in that.
I'm hopeful. I'm expecting a turnaround, but if we don't see that this week, that might have to change soon. Yeah. So, Bills, but you got to fix some stuff.
So we have the Bears visiting the Ravens.
I would like to point out that I think this is the only time I've ever seen a 1-5 team playing a 4-2 team and be favored.
Yep.
Not just favored. They're 6.5 point favorites.
Yep.
I don't think I've ever
The
seen
Lamar effect.
and that's the thing. They've gotten a lot healthier. They're coming off of a bye. Roquan's questionable, so he might be back. Lamar
He's
should be
should
back.
be playing.
I'm really if Lamar's back, if Roquan's back, if a lot of these injured pieces come back, the Bears have been good. They've been I don't think they've been getting enough credit.
No, I think they've been
They've
been kind of under the radar, but they've been performing as well as they should, especially with that roster.
They played the Saints last week, and they it wasn't like a blowout, but
It was a
they had
dominant
really
win.
good. They had really good control of that game, and it's for the Bears, it's a chance to you get up to 5-2, you're gonna be there's gonna be some respect given to you.
Oh yeah.
For this is where they were last year. They made it to 4-2 last year, and that was where the collapse started. Meanwhile, the Ravens, who've been confident they'll still make the playoffs, feel like they don't need to make
Adjustments.
they don't need to make big adjustments. It's just been here and there. This is if you lose this game, your window is still technically open because you have to win
A lot.
9 to 10 out of your. You have to win at least 9 out of your last 10 games. That, you have to. That's just what the situation you're in. And if you win here, you end up at 2-5. That gives you a little more cushion.
Yeah, but not much.
Yeah, again, we know that this team has the talent to be good.
Yeah.
But we know the talent's there. They just need to get things together.
Yeah. I can't believe I'm doing this, but I'm actually going to go with what the betting line is at right now. I'm going to go with the Ravens only because with Lamar Jackson being back, that completely changes the game. I don't know if the Bears are quite ready to face Lamar. Prove me wrong, obviously, but I don't know. It doesn't seem like an easy win for the Bears. It's going to be a hard fought win if they do win this game.
I want to see the defense. Like last time we saw the Ravens, their defense stepped up a little bit more.
Oh yeah, they definitely showed up. It's just this one is they gotta turn things around right now.
I obviously principle. I'm going with the Ravens.
Yeah,
we know this. We should know this.
But
I do have reasons behind it. One, Lamar's very good against NFC teams. Always has been.
Yep.
He's he had one loss.
Last year.
Yeah, one loss last year. Other than that, he's been very good against NFC teams.
Yep.
The other thing is I just think for the Bears, it's, hey, this is a chance for some respect. We want some respect. Ben Johnson wants the respect he deserves after how this team has looked. This is a must-win for the Ravens.
Yeah.
And so a team that has been in the mindset that they should be better, I think it's going to be the team that wants it more. And I think the Ravens have more on the line to want it more. We'll have to see because, again, a loss, the chance is already really, really slim for the Ravens. A loss here could put them just about nail in the coffin on the season. And so
great.
I'm going to go with the Ravens because of what I've seen and what's on the table for them. But if you lose to the Bears, again, I'm giving Bears some credit still, but you should be better than the Bears. So we'll see. I don't.
It's okay.
49ers visiting the Texans.
If 49ers don't win this game, I have some major concerns.
Bad offense versus a really good defense. probably top 5 defense against a bottom 5 offense. And then you have 49ers, who maybe Purdy's back. He's still up in the air.
Yeah.
But either way,
They're back.
CMC's healthy.
Yeah, that's all you need.
Like looking at last week, if JSN was able to deliver big against the Texans defense, I think CMC can. Texans defense, again, not something to slack on because they've been good. As far as betting lines go, they're favored even, which is
What the heck?
it's
Again, fair, I guess, but no.
yeah, I'm going with the 49ers because I believe in their defense and I believe in
I am too. I believe
what
the
they've
49ers
done.
defense more.
Um,
There's a reason why I picked the Browns to upset the Patriots and not the Texans to upset the 49ers. It's a bit concerning there. But we don't talk about that.
just Texans.
No.
They haven't been able to move the ball, and that's really been, and they're not making a change yet. So
There's not been a change. Speaking of good teams, Buccaneers visiting the Saints. Saints, you better pray that they don't put up at least like 27 on you, margin of victory wise, because Baker will do whatever he needs to show that he's MVP caliber, and with a loss against the Lions, you might see pissed off Baker Mayfield.
yeah,
It's not going to look pretty. If you somehow sneak a win out of the Buccaneers, good for you, but no. The Buccaneers are a little pissed off right now. And the fact that I believe
Bucky is questionable. To
Bucky's
return.
questionable. I think that's what I saw. I think there was another player that might be questionable.
Chris Godwin is questionable.
Yes, Chris Godwin. So two of their good producers on offense are possibly coming back.
Possibly.
Possibly.
That will sway things quite a bit.
Yeah. Even if they aren't present, you still have like Tez Johnson, Shepard,
Ibuka,
Ibuka.
and Rashad White has stepped in
And
pretty.
Rashad White has done pretty decently too. So they still have a pretty complete team there. So I'd hold your horses for a Saints upset here. But yeah, Buccaneers.
I'm also going to go Buccaneers, but while the offense is a good thing to point to, I'm more looking at the Buccaneers defense against Rattler. I think that defense has been kind of overlooked this year, and the Saints, their offense has been okay. It has flashy points, but it's not consistent. Rattler is been decent. It's kind of like typical Saints play though for a quarterback the past few years, and it's division play, so it's hard to say exactly how it's going to go. But the matchup for the Buccaneers, I mean, again, division play, nobody knows each other than their own division rivals better than that. So maybe game plan and again, Todd Bowles. But I like the Buccaneers and their defense and what they can generate against Spencer Rattler, assuming they don't allow Alvin Kamara 150 yards. I think they're going to be pretty good.
Yeah. All right. So here's a matchup that I'm interested in your opinion. Cowboys visiting the Broncos.
So I have no confidence either way. Because
Neither do I, but I'm only going to be biased towards the home team because usually Mile High is a pretty tough place to play in, especially with how good the Broncos have been lately, especially their performance this last week. They could make an argument for one of the best teams in the league. So if you can stop Dak Prescott, CeeDee Lamb, and George Pickens, very few teams can.
It's one of those things where the concerns for the secondary, I feel like is going to give.
That's the other thing. The secondary for the Broncos has been a little underwhelming.
Yeah, and when you're going against again Dak, George, and CD, it's kind of concerning. But what that front seven has done has been really good. You mentioned Mile High, which is again not an easy place to play, and then you have, looking at the opposite side of the ball, one of the worst defenses going against the Broncos offense, which has struggled to get going until the fourth quarter. So it's going to come down to like what is the margin going into this fourth quarter? How much can the Broncos keep up until that fourth quarter, and can Bo Nix turn the magic on in the fourth quarter like he has?
He needs to turn
pull
the
it away?
magic on immediately.
It's gonna. I think again, I don't hate the way that they are playing, like relying more on the fourth quarter. But the defense needs to step up in this game if that's going to be how you're going to win this one.
Yeah,
Is
they just need to do better.
they need to get to Dak, and they need to get on the board at least through the first three quarters. I'm not saying try and do the thing you did last week this week, but you do need points on the board. The Cowboys are not gonna. They're classic like Big 12, no defense, all offense.
Yep.
As Dallas right now, you're gonna have to put up points and take advantage of the weak defense. But I not super confident because again the matchups are not pretty. Either way, there's a lot of countering going on. And at what point does a counter another counter? And I just it get too much math in brain, not work good. I'm going Broncos because
Me no think very much.
me no think good very hard. I don't believe in Dallas.
That defense.
Period.
That defense is a huge no. So, all right.
You said you were going with Denver?
Yeah, so I think I said Denver. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm going with Denver if I didn't say it already. Next matchup. Titans visiting the Colts.
I think the Titans showed a little bit more last week.
Especially against the Patriots.
But I'm still going to go with the Colts because
Same here.
Colts are my top team in the NFL right now.
The betting odds are not in their favor.
No, Titans, they haven't been a good team, and they're not a good team. Like,
No.
being realistic, they're not a good team this year. I don't think anybody expected them to be. Maybe they expected a little bit more magic from Cam Ward, but
you can't do anything if their O-line is not going to
and
protect
your,
Cam Ward because
your coach,
he's not going to do anything.
coaching situation wasn't great either. Colts they're on a roll. They're a really good team right now. I have a hard time seeing the Titans having any sort of like their defense has been pretty good. Titans defense has been pretty good, but the way the Colts offense has been playing, it's hard for me to say that the Titans are going to be able to even make this a one-score game. It's a division game, sure. But like Daniel Jones has been pretty safe with the ball. Jonathan Taylor's been producing, even if he only produces like 100 yards, which is like the minimum I can see for him anymore. Your offense has to do something.
Yep.
And they potentially could. Cam Ward could show up and put up a decent game, but that's the only way I think this game is close.
Yeah.
Is going to be the offense actually showing up. So it's a long shot for the Titans, and that's why I'm going to stick with the Colts.
Okay. All right. Two more games. Sunday night matchup. We have the Packers visiting the
Steelers.
Who do you trust more?
So I don't think anyone is surprised that, at least record-wise, this looks like a close game. Packers are still the Packers, and I still have my doubts. Steelers, softer schedule, flashing at some points, but we've seen some of the weaknesses from last week. That's a division game on a Thursday night in prime time, so those games are also funky. I'm going to ride with the Packers because I think the Packers are just better. You can't count out Aaron Rodgers and the Packers know better than anyone what he's capable of. So I think they're not going to count him out.
No.
But this Packers team, while there is a lot of concerns, again, that defense is really good. they'll be able to get after Rodgers. He's not going to have a lot of time. I have a hard time. It just doesn't seem like a good matchup. And it's
No.
the Steelers again haven't done great against good opponents. They've not been known for that at all really recently, past few years. And I just have a hard time picking against the Packers right now, especially after Steelers just let up, was it 30 points?
30 some, yeah. I'm going with the Packers.
Yeah, I can see the Steelers pulling this out. This isn't like a clear favorite. It's gonna be who pitches a cleaner game, and who plays smarter and utilizes their pieces better. It's not like this team is better than this team. It is. Both are kind of inconsistent right now.
Yeah.
And iffy, not a lot of trust.
Who's going to be the least inconsistent, but also will be more consistent than the other team?
Yeah, who's going to be...
It's just, who do you trust more in certain situations?
It can really go either way.
And this is going to be a close game, and that's why some people are very
I
cautious
wouldn't
about
necessarily say it's going to be a close game, but I think odds-wise it's close. Because
Odds-wise,
it could be a blowout either way with the way these teams have played this year and the identities of these teams. Actually, I won't say... Packers won't get blown out. Steelers could get blown out.
Okay.
But Steelers can also play this close, and it could go either way there too. But yeah, I like Packers odds. Just from what I've seen from the Steelers, even the Packers.
Yeah, that's
and
how
then-
it is.
And then we have
Commanders visiting the Chiefs. Is Jaden Daniels even lined up to play in this game?
I don't believe he will. I don't think he's gonna play. He's listed as questionable, but even with him in, even if you have him, Debo, and Terry McLaurin back,
There's no way you're beating the Chiefs because
I'm not a big fan of the Commanders' odds because they've been, personally, I've been kind of disappointed with the Commanders.
sophomore slump.
Yeah, it reminds me of the Texans in where it just doesn't seem like they've taken the step.
It's gonna happen. It's just how it is.
They just seem like they're still on that same level they were last year, where last year they were pretty good. The reason why they were so hyped is because you expect these teams to take a step forward in the second year.
And then they don't.
Yeah, they're on the same level, and now you have to question. If they stay on that same level, you have to question: are they? Yeah, is it a coaching thing? Is it already at their ceiling? Is it just that 1 year, fluke? They actually have to make these steps forward, and we're not. We're seeing the same sort of inconsistencies I feel like we saw last year.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, the Chiefs back in full swing. I think this will be closer, obviously, than last week's matchup, but
Yeah, that's not gonna be pretty.
there's
Chiefs have been getting pretty lucky with their recent schedule, except for the Lions. The Lions was a pretty convincing win. Other than that,
it's also Chiefs in prime time, which they've just been
yeah,
good.
Just be glad it's not on a Sunday night, so you don't have to listen to Crawlingsworth.
Yeah, I'm just glad that this is not the game we have to stream
Me too.
because I have had enough of streaming the Chiefs. But
Me too.
yeah,
Only been one game so far this year.
I'm gonna roll. I'm gonna roll with the Chiefs.
Me too. Yeah. You don't pick against.
It's a better test for what the Chiefs will look like with
Everybody.
with everybody, how they're looking. But
Yeah.
Commanders, it's not the greatest test. They're not the best matchup, but
No.
it'll be a better gauge.
That's for sure.
Well, they'll still probably, I could still see them winning by 20 though. So
Yeah.
Chiefs win.
Yep.
But that wraps up week 8.
It does indeed.
And not as many games as we have 6 teams on bye. Half of that is the NFC West.
Oh,
All but the 49ers taking a break this week. The other 3 being Jags, Raiders, and Lions, I believe, were the other 3. So,
yep.
yeah, it's going to be...
Fantastic.
Yeah, you could
say that.
You could say that. I don't know if I'd agree with you, but
No.
we'll see. We'll see what this week yields. But thank you so much for joining us. Obviously, we have our pick'ems. That's what we're doing this all through. There's some shifting. It's always a little interesting. Amber last week had 13 of 15 games correct.
Yep.
That is the best, and gave her first place. So congrats to you.
I'm still one behind first place.
One behind first place, but
We just traded.
It's just different people.
Yeah.
And I had a bad week. So everyone, always welcome to go join. The link in the
How
description.
bad of a week did you have?
I only had 9 correct.
Oh,
It was a little rough.
pretty
but,
rough.
Yeah. You could feel free to join. Link in the description, where you can compete, pick games, and see how much better you are than us. I am not having a good year. That's
very apparent.
yeah. But always welcome to join. Thank you for watching. See you next week.
In a live. See ya.
Bye.